Microphone check. 1, 2. AC Hogo, what's happening? How you doing, man? What you been up to? Been studying, playing Leagues of Legends. What's up? Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while. Alright, let's see what's up today. Hey, what's that icon you got, man? Dragon Skimmy? That's fancy. Need to start LeetCoding again, yeah. Trying to find a new job or something. Right. Wait, should I do daily problem first? I'll do daily problem first. I don't know, I heard the market is rough. Oh man, that's what people be saying, but I think it's possible to get a job. When I said at Google, no, I left it feels like a long time ago. I left in November last year. So it's been like 9 months or something. Something XL4Ls. What's happening? Welcome from YouTube. Alright, find the largest almost missing integer. You're given an integer array nums and an integer k. An integer x is almost missing from nums if x appears in exactly one subarray of size k within nums. Return the largest almost missing integer from nums. If no such integer exists, return -1. Alright, so subarray size 3 or something? What are you talking about here? Go with a contest, I'll lurk. Alright, Issy Hogo. Have fun doing whatever you're doing, man. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, man. How are we gonna solve this problem? Share your screen? Hey! That's crazy. What do you mean? Am I not sharing my screen? Hold up. Something wrong with... Hey, my OBS is tripping, man, because I am sharing my screen. Yeah, Blue Cactus AI, what's happening? Hold up. I'm trying to figure out why this ain't working, man. It's a blank. Yeah, I see it's a blank window, but I don't know why. I hope I don't have to restart OBS, man, because that means I gotta restart my stream. What's happening, man? Alright, is that working now? Jeez. That was strange. Alright, we're back. Alright, so here's the problem. I say k is 3. If x appears in exactly one subarray of size k within nums. So the only thing that will appear in one subarray is the ends, right? But if k is 1, man, this problem is a little strange. Alright, so if k is 1, then it's like wait, let me see when I solve this. This problem sounds crazy. It doesn't sound that crazy, but it's a little confusing. So maybe I just iterate over all subarrays of size k, and then I'm just recording all the numbers and how many subarrays they appear in, and then I just want like numbers that appear in one subarray only. This is gonna be a little funky, but I think I can do it. I guess I'll just kind of brute force because the constraints are so small. So I'll just start from I equals 0 to the end, but let me figure out where the end is. So this is the array. These are my indices of each element. This array is of size 5, and then they say k is equal to 3. So that means if I started from I equals something, I want to go from there to 2. So that'd be n up to here would be like n minus k. 5 minus 3 is 2. So I do n minus k plus 1. So it's less than 3. Alright. So I'll just do that, and then I'll just iterate through k and count like how many times each number has been in there. So this is our frequency of each number into any subarray. So before we make any subarray things, I'm going to make a set of all the numbers that are in that subarray, and then I'll iterate for j equals 0 or j equal I, j less than k. So that means we're gonna take k elements from this inner loop and just insert them into the set. And then I'm going to iterate over the numbers in that set and just increment the frequency that that number appeared in a subarray. Should I even have to do all that, man? It's just the answer between the first number and the last number. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But if k is equal to 1, then I'm like doing all this extra stuff for this case where k is equal to 1, right? Because what if we had something like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 9, 7, 8, like, and k equals 1. These are indices. Then the largest thing would probably be 9, because it's not gonna, or I guess if these are 9s and this was like a 5 or something, then it would be like 8. But I guess if it was, you know, like a duplicate on the ends or something, then it's not necessarily the ends. That's why I'm not doing it like that, to just take the first and the last one, and I'm doing like all this weird stuff. But anyways, so I accumulate all of those, and then I'm just gonna look at my frequency counts and take the biggest one, that is count 1. Let's see what's up with that. Unordered set. Temporal Threads Co. Yo man, it's dead egos. I changed my handle as I've made full switch out of tech. Full switch out of tech? What does that mean, dead egos? What's happened? You're no longer in software engineering? Man, that's crazy. So I get 1, 2, 3. But I only get, that's crazy talk, man. Doing sewing now. Hey, that's bumping. First full 2 months, no writing code at all in over 25 years. Hey, tell me more about the sewing, man. What do you mean full sewing? Are you working at home? You got like a sewing machine, or you work in a shop or a factory or something? I don't even hit that 7, man. What is going on there? Oh, it should be I plus K, my bad. And then this one, I guess we have -1 there. Alright, let's see. Yeah, what are you sewing? Nickel 1931, what's happening? Maybe use prior to Q. I don't know, that's like some Java code. And then sort them based on keys for every subarray of size k. Just use side window of fixed size k and return the largest element that has frequency 1. Says problems. Yeah, I just solved it. So I solved it now, and I solved it a year ago. Let me see what I did last year. What did I do, man? ID? Oh, I see what I'm doing. It's a map. I'm mapping each. I see. In my previous solution here, I'm taking each window and I'm giving each window an ID, and I'm mapping all the elements to that ID. Anyway, it's kind of like the same thing. Can you explain your solution? Yeah, I'll. So that was my solution last year. I'll explain the one I just did now, which is here on this screen. So here we go. This is what I'm doing. This frequency unordered map is just a hash map, and I'm mapping a number to how many sets, or how many how do you say, windows, or k size windows it appears in. So that's what this map is. So here in my for loop, I'm iterating over almost every element. I'm iterating up to all the starting positions of a k-sized window in the array. So it's from index 0 to n minus k plus 1 minus 1. And that's like the starting position of every k-sized window. And then I'm just iterating over each window. I'm not doing like a sliding window or anything because the constraints are so small. I'm building each fixed window fresh from the beginning, the starting position. And I create a set, so I put all those numbers in that fixed size window into that set, and then I after I'm done, I go through all the numbers, the unique numbers in that window, and I increase the frequency of like how many windows that number has appeared in. So this one just gets incremented one time per window. And then after that, I go over all my frequencies, and if the count isn't 1, that means that number has appeared in more than one window, and I don't consider it. And then I just take the maximum of like all counts that are equal to 1, and that's it. And it's -1, meaning that if no number is only in one window, then it would return -1. Oh wait, Elite Whale, what's happened? Man, what is this? Blossom badge level 2? Alright. Just turned my living room into an industrial shop making bags through 2K at a Juki DNU 1541. Long story short, it's a chunky boy. Hey. Dang, I know these machines, man. Singer HD. Hey, what kind of bags are you making? That's bumping. Alright, so that was the LeetCode daily. Now let's go over to, wait, sling bags. Oh, backpacks, bike bags. Are you selling them, man? You said you're doing this for 2 months. Are you like making bags and posting them on TikTok and selling them on TikTok? Or people commission you to make a custom bag? How are you doing that? Alright, weekly contest 515 virtually. Let's do it. Oh. Wait. A something XL. See you later, man. Thank you for tuning in. The feed dogs? What? Yeah, it's talking about sewing machines. Our nearest available drone. You're given a 2D integer array drones where drone I equal XY range represents the XY coordinate and travel range of the ith drone. You're also given an integer array target TXTY representing the coordinates of the target. A drone I can reach the target if the Manhattan distance between its coordinates and the target coordinates is less than equal to its range. Return the index of the reachable drone with the minimum Manhattan distance to the target. If there is a tie, return the smallest index. If no drone can reach the target, return -1. Alright, so best drone, best dist. So those are my defaults initially, and I'm just going to go over all the drones and calculate the Manhattan distance to the target. And I'll remember the best distance and update the best drone if a drone beats the best distance. So here we go. So these are all the drones. We got a XY coordinate, and then the travel range. So what's the Manhattan distance? It's just the XY difference, I think. So the X target 0. Those are, the Manhattan distance is just those two added together. So if those two things, if those are greater than the target, which is drones I2, then continue, because we can't reach the targets. Otherwise, what do we want? we want the minimum Manhattan distance to the target. So if this best distance is greater than our current distance, then we should update it. Best drone is I. Alright. I think that's Q1. So we should get 1, 1, negative 1 on our outputs. 1, 1, negative 1. Alright, next question, Q2. Minimize the maximum waiting time at synchronized traffic lights. Oh, hold up. At the moment, I'm going to Goodwill binds and getting cheap fabrics and making sling bags and selling them IRL at flea markets. I already sold my first batch of about 20 bags. They all are bespoke random stuff at the moment. Hey, that sounds pretty cool, man. How many flea markets have you been to? Do you sell like 20 bags after going to one flea market? Is it like a batch of 20 to one customer? Is it like you just made a batch of 20, took them to the flea market, and over the last few weeks you've been selling them? And how much per bag? This is all very interesting stuff, man. Just one big event so far. I see. So you just sold 20 individual bags that day? How much per bag? I'm trying to get out of tech too, man. If there's a way. Should I try and sew? Alright, let me read this Q2. You are given an integer period and an integer array lights, where lights I is the duration in seconds of the green phase of the ith traffic lights. At time 0, every traffic light starts at the beginning of its green phase. Their cycles are synchronized. Every traffic light starts a new cycle at the same time, and every cycle lasts exactly period seconds. Therefore, the red phase of the ith traffic light lasts for period minus lights I seconds. You are also given an integer array arrival time, where arrival time j is the arrival time in seconds of the jth car. Each car must be assigned to exactly one traffic light. Multiple cars may be assigned to the same traffic light. Any number of cars may cross the same traffic light simultaneously while it's green. Cars do not block or delay one another. For a car j assigned to the ith traffic light, let r equal arrival time j mod period. If r is less than lights I, its waiting time is 0. Otherwise, its waiting time is period minus r. The penalty of an assignment is the maximum waiting time among all cars. Return an integer denoting the minimum possible penalty. I don't know what the hell this problem is asking, man. I gotta look at examples or something. I let people pick their own price for the first batch, as it was my learning batch. Some people gave between 20 to 40 bucks. Mind you, these only cost me about $3 each to make, because I was getting fabrics from the bins. Dang. How much time does each bag take to make? That's my final question, man, I promise. But I'm very curious about everything that you're doing, man. Are you on, like, are you streaming anything or on social media posting about your bags? Or what? Let me see. You stream? No streaming yet? That'd be interesting, man. Like, what, doing lots of Insta, or doing Insta at the moment. Why bags? Like, I know I said last question, but this is the real last question. Out of all the things you could possibly have transitioned into, why sewing and bags? Alright. So example 1, period is 8, lights 2 and 3. Each car 1 light. To be honest, I had no idea why I made this switch. It was just a random thought that I figured I would try so far, and it keeps making momentum. Hey, dang. I'm very curious to follow your journey, man. It sounds pretty cool. Hello, kitty boy. What's happening? These are kind of easy. LOL. I don't know ways to make more difficult. Yeah. I don't even understand the question, man. But 20,000 people got it right, so it can't be that hard. All right, let me try and read one more time and focus on what I'm reading. So, arrival time. Cars are arriving. Each car goes to 1 traffic light. Any number of cars may cross the same traffic light simultaneously while it's green. Cars do not block or delay one another. If we assign car J to a traffic light, arrival time J. Okay, so this is 2, so these are all 2, 5, 0, and 3, right? So if that number is less than lights I, its waiting time is 0, otherwise it's period minus R. So they're saying there's only 1 car. I see. We can assign to any car. I do custom handbags. It's fun, but I haven't been doing it as often as I should. Yeah. I'm gonna get into Canvas and Corduro. I don't know what that is, but I guess some type of material. Start doing bike hike stuff. How do you make, do you like buy patterns for these bags, or are you like creating your own patterns to make the slings or whatever? Like if you try making a video game or something. What video game with LeetCode? Alright, so if R is less than lights I, its waiting time is 0. But because it's 3, wait, 2. Alright, let me read. Traffic light 3, so its waiting time is 0, yes. Its waiting time, I see. The waiting time is whichever, 3. And this one is 8, which is mod 8 is 0. Waiting, I see. And then this one, so the penalty is 5, which is the minimum possible. Okay, I think I understand. I just gotta code it up now. Got a few, but honestly you can get away without buying patterns. It's way simpler than clothing. The trick with debatable, maybe different types of bags need different amount of instructions. The trick is heavy fabrics with multiple layers plus straps needs the right needles, and only bigger machines can handle that kind of working. That plus edge bindings. Do a PM with my Insta. Oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be following for sure. Alright, I'm gonna try and not click it though, because I'll click it off stream or something. Alright, thank you for sharing that, man. Alright, so let me try and solve this problem. So, lights out size, arrival time. Do I need that stuff? I don't even know. So we need to get the R, whatever the R is. It's arrival time J mod period. What are the lights? The lights is up to period -1. So do I just need to remember the maximum lights, or what? Been wondering how you been? You got married, like left Google, yeah. Got a little gray, yeah. Hey, I was just looking at some of my old VODs, man, from when I first started in 2021. I had 0 grays, and now I'm like fully grayed out, man. Can't believe I'm getting old so quick. The data sets are too small, basically. I don't know, it's an algorithms project, so you're learning on how to handle 10 megabyte and not use n squared, not how to handle 10 gigs or something. More what someone pays for. Unfortunately, that algo book kind of sucks. What algo book are you talking about, man? That's the thing about appetizers. What algo book sucks? Anyways, like why wouldn't I assign this to the big lights like the biggest lights that we can find? Yeah, so I just need to remember this best light. And then, like, if R is less than the best light, continue. Otherwise, we gotta remember the maximum penalty. This wording is so weird, man. It's like, I feel like the problem isn't hard, but it's just, their story is so confusing, man. Age, silent grinds, what's happening? I am almost 40, man. Mr. Love Pickle, what's happening? Are we winning? I don't know if we're winning, man. We're just trying to solve the problem. I don't think this should be a plus. The minimum possible penalty. Alright, so we got 5, 1, and 3. Should I send that? Man, there must be some type of problem, man. Like, edge case that's gonna make my code break. We'll find out. What kind of problem was that, man? It's like a reading comprehension problem, which I'm not LeetCode worded the problem as if they wanted to make the problem harder for humans. Yeah. Leet Whale, what's happening, man? That problem is like the easiest thing I've ever done, but so confusing to read, man. Especially it's so long. For what? Silly problem. If you're having fun, you're winning. Hey, Het Tennis, what's happening? I just seen you in there. Have we tried solving this in Fortran? I don't even know how Fortran looks, man. I have no idea. Let me see. They got Fortran here. I'm curious. Fortran code. Give me an example. Man, this looks like some assembly or something, man. Do I equal 10? 0? -1 step? Hey, maybe I could do it in Fortran. I don't know if you work on a web browser or the Chrome team or something, it's a bit different. I don't know what's going on over there, man. Anyways, Q3. Maximum gap between stations. You're given two strings, skill and station, of lengths n and m respectively. Skill I represents the skill of worker I, and station J represents the skill supported by station J. You must assign every worker to a distinct station. Let J be the index of the station assigned to worker I. A valid assignment must satisfy station J equals skill I for every index I. The assigned station indices must be strictly increasing in worker order, meaning J1, J2, whatever, to Jn-1. The gap of an assignment is the maximum difference between the station indices assigned to two consecutive workers. In other words, it is max Ji minus Ji-1 over all 1 to the n. If there is only one worker, the gap is 0. Return the maximum possible gap among all valid assignments. It is guaranteed that at least one valid assignment exists. I gotta read problems at least 2 times on LeetCode, man. Random human US coding in 2026? That's what I'm saying, man. What? Steven Saggy Ball. Maria says hi. Howdy, Maria. Steven Saggy Ball is a very important person in this stream. Anyways, my main thing is operating systems. I don't know, a different perspective. Yeah, I don't know anything about operating systems, and I don't really know anything about anything. Why do you say that sentence slowly to emphasize how important you are in this community? Like you're going to say something different, no. Anyways, let's figure out how this works. Skill AA, station AAA. 2 workers must be assigned to 2 different A stations. Assign them to that, and that gives a gap. They're asking for the biggest gap. X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y. Oh, I think I see what they're trying to say. CBC. 1C, CBC, CB, and then C. like that. Icy hot. What's happened, bro? I just message retracted. I don't know what he just. As soon as I start reading it, man. Anyways, hard to build dev environments that are quick and also look cool. All right, here we go. All right, skills. So it's basically asking the biggest gap between those letters. So I don't know exactly what to do immediately. But I think we can try and figure it out, man. So if... Oh, icy hot. What's happened? Hey, I recently completed 100 days on LeetCode for the first time with 107 questions. Any advice? Sorry for removing message. Thought that was the wrong time to ask. Hey, alright. Too late, man. I already read your message. So I can answer it now. Any advice? After doing 100 problems, I'd say, yeah. I can't imagine after only doing 100 problems that you're in the best shape that you need to be. I think you need to think about all the different topics, figure out which ones you're most weak in, and practice those problems, man, after you do 100 days worth of studying. Greed FPS is in the house. Got an offer in a big investment firm. Greed FPS, congratulations, man. I'm very happy for you. I know you've been coming in here the last few streams or few weeks or something and very worried, even though your skill level is really high. And I'm happy to see that you've gotten something, man, because if you're in trouble, I think we're all in trouble, man. Code Force is expert, man. It always feels good to see people who are better than you to get the offers, man, because it means that there's hope. Have you done like 1,000 problems? Yeah, I've done like 2,000 problems or so, maybe. And I'm still not that good. Wait. I don't even know how to solve this problem, man. I see what it's saying. We gotta pick like two things that are far apart. But how do I pick the right ones? 10 to the 5th choices. Is it like a take it or leave it? Oh wait, they said also like they have to... Oh, they must be strictly increasing. Is it just take it or leave it, man? Let me think about that. Are you solving last week's contest? Yeah, weekly contest 5-on-5. It just happened like 2-3 days ago. Do you ever speak to the dead or have the dead speak to you? I don't know. I think I've spoken to the dead in my dreams, but I don't know if they hear me, man. Sometimes I dream about dead people, and I talk to them, and I hang out with them, and they tell me things. But is it them, or is it me I'm talking to, you know? Not certain. What they say? I don't remember exactly. It depends on who it was, but nothing profound or anything, man. Just like chilling. This was an easy one. The last one got me thinking though. Alright. Yeah, so far like Q1 seemed easy. Q2 was also easy but hard to understand what they're trying to ask. Q3. I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna try like a take it or leave it. Wait. Can I try take it or leave it, man? I don't think I can. Because it's 10 to the 5th. So if I put 1 there, then I gotta man, I'm thinking if I did take it or leave it, I got I and J. Let's say skills J and station I, or skills I station J, whatever. But do we care about this, the station, or do we only care about the skill index? Like, what's the best thing if we only placed 1, or if we placed 2, then the best gap would have been no. I don't know, actually. I won't give you any hints. Hey, thank you very much, Greed. If you use a hash map in production, it's not great unless you can build your own. Are you saying that generally speaking, or are you talking about specifically the C++ standard library hash map? Because the C++ standard library hash map is apparently not very well built, and you can do a lot better if you use a third-party one. Or are you saying that you're not allowed to use a hash map unless you've built your own? I'm not sure. Man, how are we gonna X, Y, so X. Should I just try and place it in the furthest spot possible? I actually don't know. Do I binary search on the answer to see what's possible to place these skills? The maximum possible gap. Hey, Q Ultimus. Thank you very much for that Prime. I didn't hear anything on my computer. But I seen it. Meta's down 24% in a year. I have the worst luck. I didn't hear any, I didn't hear any noise, man. I don't know. I haven't been hearing any noise recently. Not sure why. Wait, I have an aunt who says she can speak to the dead, but only gay people. So it's like a test to see if your loved one was secretly gay. Was your aunt like a dang fortune teller or something? Like Miss Cleo or somebody like that? These problems tend to be word aligned and stuff on accident. Normally someone asks you about messy and federated computing. I don't know what those words mean, man. Meta kind of is lame. Haven't seen their sports book. What are you talking about, man? I guess a lot of people feel Meta is not a great company, but they pay a lot, so that's why people work there. Alright. I gotta be able to solve this, man. So we gotta station J for every. Alright. Alright, so we put one A here. Back-to-back A's. X, Y, and Z. I guess we'll always try and put it in the furthest one possible. I know it feels greedy or something. Sins Sasuke, what's happened? Thank you very much for the prime. I heard that for sure. I heard that on my things, but I turned up my volume. Did I spell that right? Clistar, thank you very much for the sub. Alright, look at all those subs, man. Thank you so much. Where's Sin Sasuke? And Q Ultimus. Where's Q at, man? Right here, Q Ultimus. Hey, you get a star. Hey, congrats. Thank you. In my interview, I was asked to design a cryptographic algo for transmitting a packet containing transaction-sensitive data from one device to other. Luckily, 2 days ago, I was scrolling Instagram and came across a reel that talked about the hybrid crypto algo. I told the idea to the interviewer and he was impressed. Yeah, hybrid crypto, transmitting a packet. So you had to choose any algo or something. The only algos that I know are like, I think bcrypt and whatever, some other stuff. I don't know anything about that type of stuff though, man. Should I give up on this problem? I don't got any good ideas. So we hit a C. And then if we have a B next, then we have a choice. We should choose the furthest thing possible. And then if we have another choice, alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to map every station to its indices that they appear at. I'll just use a map here. No. Yeah, I'll use a map, even though I can use a vector. I think it's just whatever right now. Alright, so at station I, pushback I. This should be vector ints. Is it bad that I use 1/5 of my cache, or that 1/5 of my cache is Pokemon? You'll be alright, man. Whichever way it goes. But yeah, I mean, Pokemon's been around for this long. Is it gonna just disappear overnight? Who knows? I used AEAP, AES CGM, and RSA OEAP for encrypting the AES key. Yeah, I don't know anything about cryptography. But happy that you got an offer. Alright, so I'm pushing these stations. So C would appear at index 0, 2, and 5. B would appear at index 1 and 4. And D would appear at index 3. So I'm thinking if it's the first worker that we're assigning, we should assign it to the earliest one possible. And then after that, we should assign it to the furthest ones possible, depending on how many left. Right? So like if there's 2 B's left, we want to make sure we use them all up. Wait, they say it's possible to always do it? One valid assignment exists. Okay. Alright, I think, yeah. So we place the first person down in the earliest spot possible. And then everyone else, we gotta place them man. I don't know where to place them. A large pot. What's a large pot, man? I don't know what kind of language you're talking about. How does one become Susuke Sagiball? Hey, only you can decide that, man. YouTube chat be going, yeah, Steven Sagiball. Sometimes I don't know what's going on. Did you just get proposed to? Hey, I think so. Alright, Greed FPS, let's hear what you got. I feel this problem feels like a greedy problem, but greedy is like one of my weaker topics, man, because I can't prove that something works usually. But yeah, I do feel the first one we place as early as possible, and each one we just place it like maybe do I need to place anything, or yeah, but how? Greedy by greedy, greed by greedy, yeah. Anyways, YouTube chat be going crazy, man. That's anyways. Alright, so let's find the dang worker. Do I need to count how many of them there are? I'm not sure. Man, this problem is tripping me out because I just can't prove to myself that any greedy selection would work. Like, if we try and place it in the furthest one, Is that the best option? Should we try somewhere else earlier first, you know? Try to place 2 workers as far as possible. One from left, other from right. We do this for all pairs of adjacent workers. Return the max of it? That's crazy. It's like, even you tell me that's the answer, it doesn't, I can't see it in my head because it's like, alright, if we took CBC, this one, you're saying I try and place C and B as furthest apart as possible. So I put a C there and a B here, and that's like 4 distance or whatever. And then I do a B and a C, so I put a B there and a C there, and that's 4 distance. But alright, let me try and make a test case where it's like, alright, let's add, say, I don't know, one more thing. I'm trying to see, like, alright, if we did this, C and B, and I placed this C at the beginning, how do I know that we are able to place the C before? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I just did those 2 pairs, then I see, okay, for this and this, then this is good. But then if I place that C there, there's no room for me to place that previous C, since they all need to be assigned in strictly increasing order. Ready to go back to the industry or just having fun? Random human US. I guess I'm just chilling. I'm not trying to find a job. Alright, I'm gonna do what you say. Agreed FPS. But I just don't understand why it works. There's only 1 worker, the gap is 0. Maximum possible gap among all valid assignments. Alright, let's see. Orion's Belt 443, what's happening? I would think you have to backtrack if you run out of stations. Well, I think the constraints are big, so backtracking for sure is not on the table here. But I'm gonna try what Greed FPS says. So I just have to do this because it's confusing for me otherwise. Hey, do you have a playlist? Learn basics of C++. What's happened? Abhira. I don't have a C++ lesson or anything. I'm not sure where to learn C++, man. I learned C++ on the job. Wait, so if we place the previous one, we gotta look in. And then if we place the current one, it would be like that. Three, two, four. If it works, it doesn't work. Yeah, I guess this is what I was talking about now. Greed FPS. So you place the C, and then you place the A. But there's two A's, so even if you place that A all the way back there, there's one more A you gotta like take into consideration, and that A you're gonna have to place a little bit closer. So let me think about it a little bit more. Can you suggest resources to learn DSA? Oh yeah. I'm working on something right now. I guess it's not complete, but it will be finished real soon in the next week or so. AlgoBlazer.com. But besides that, like, I think going on LeetCode or anywhere is fine. I think there's so many lists and roadmaps for data structures, algorithms. Just pick anyone. It doesn't really matter. I think the only thing that matters is that you stick with it, whatever you choose, and you keep studying and you keep practicing. Hi friend, I started to learn Forex and stocks and leave programming. Give me advice about it. By the way, I'm a big fan of you. Love from Pakistan. You asking me about Forex and stocks? I don't know anything about those things, and I don't think I can give you advice. Why did you leave programming? Is it because are you giving up, or did you make too much money from programming that it's not worth your time anymore to trade time for money, and now you're trading your money for money in foreign exchange? My advice is buy low, sell high. That's pretty good advice, man. Agreed. I was saying whatever you told me, I didn't think it was gonna work, but I coded it up anyways, and then we run into this problem. So it's like, yeah. So you can't just choose over all indices, because like C and A, just because you chose the furthest distance from the two adjacent ones, it doesn't mean that it's valid, because if you have more skills that you gotta place, sometimes it could be placed like in between and cut that distance. Hence the backtracking. Yeah. So I'm wondering if it's just like take it or leave it. I'm gonna try take it or leave it, man. That's what I'm gonna try and do. That was my original thought, but I'm not too sure, because can I even do take it or leave it? I'm gonna try. Wait, Leetwell says I did 2 passes to figure out the info I wanted. 1 pass from right to left to figure out what was the rightmost index and where I can assign some worker. Then I did another pass from left to right to find out what is the leftmost index and where I can assign some worker. Hey dude, can I ask you one question? I study hub. What's up? Alright, agreed. Let me see what's up. Lefts, rights. Huh. Let me try and read this for real. So you iterate over all of the skills. You did a 2-pointer there, and then you move the thing up to there. Then you match in the next station, and that's going left to right. And then this one here starting from the back. This is like what LeetWhale was describing. Man, this is a crazy idea. I see, I think. Let me think about that solution now. Alright. Great advice. Actually, I'm a creative designer. I want to leave designing and start to learn programming, but it's very time consuming to make money in programming. That's why I start to learn foreign exchange. I see. Thanks for the permission. Okay, alright. Is C++ the most powerful language? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say it is the most powerful language, man. I think you can do a lot with C++ because it's so powerful, and it also runs really fast. So a lot of people that care about performance choose C++ like explicitly. So super high performance, hot routes that get hit up millions or billions of times a second. I think those are all in C++ for a reason and not in Python or Java or something. But maybe other people have different opinions on what the most powerful language is. Or Java? I don't know, man. Java is real slow. Wait, but most companies use Java for security, right? I don't know what most companies use. Whose chat is this? That's not my chat. Which is more powerful, Java or C++? I think it really depends on what you mean by powerful. Maybe I'm biased, man, but I think C++ is more powerful in performance than Java. But maybe you're able to have more like guardrails and develop faster in Java. So which one is more powerful in that case? I'm not sure. C++ is fast, Java is secure. Yeah, people actually say C++ is not secure or something. I guess because there's a lot of foot guns or whatever they say about that. I'm not sure if that really applies to modern C++ or if it's like a thing of the past when people used to use like raw pointers everywhere. In C++ in 2026, I think like maybe it's a lot safer than C++ from the 90s, but what do I know? I don't really know anything that crazy about C++. Friend class an example? What's up with friend classes? Alright, so I see how you guys are solving this, but I don't know if I want to try it. I think I'll just skip it, man, because I feel like I just read your solutions and then I'm gonna like just regurgitate it, so I'm not gonna do it right now. Enrosis in the house. What's happened? What do you mean C++, Java? I just use AI. That's what I'm saying. Enrosis. I don't even code anymore. What is the latest version of C++ you used? 21? I couldn't tell you, Orion's belts. That's a great question that I do not know the answer to. 21 sounds about right. Maybe 23? But I think it's 21. Let's see, private and protected data. Yeah. All right. Should we try elevator request? It seems possible with 2,000 solves, but if I didn't get the last one with 12,000 solves, how am I going to get Q4? Hey, Dumpy Don, welcome to the party. That 12K solves is crazy. Hey, Elite Whale, that's what I think too, man. Like, that problem seems actually hard, this one. Like, I wouldn't... I mean, yeah, I know the technique to go left and go right and take distance L and R plus 1 or whatever. But to like convince yourself that that idea works, I think is really difficult, man. It doesn't even cross my mind. Like, I'd have to think really hard about that. I found the problem tricky, yeah. And if, man, you're like a legit guardian, man. So if you struggle with that, or if it's tricky for you, I can't imagine 12,000 people just AC'd it like it's nothing. I don't know, memes? What? Give me a counter example, I'll explain. What do you mean, counter example? I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's hard for me to like see the solution or think about that idea and then convince myself that it's gonna work. I think I have that problem a lot for greedy problems, man. Wait, by the way, if I can get the data of candlesticks chart pattern with the help of Python or other language, I can predict the future. I test, but face a lot of errors. I don't predict the future price. I don't know if you can do that, man. Some people say chart patterns and all that stuff is kind of like just astrology stuff, or, you know, what do you say? Like your horoscope. How much is price, bro, when you win it? What are we winning? Contest? We don't win anything. Like, why you think it won't work? It's just, I can't, if I knew the exact reason why it wouldn't work, I would know it wouldn't work. But the problem is, I don't know why it will work, not why it won't work. I don't know that it, like, I can't prove to myself that it's gonna work. So it's hard for me to like, just to go with it. You can predict the future by solving that? Yeah. I don't know. He can forecast future price, not predict it. Maybe. Maybe. Watch UFC 330. Yeah, that's the last one. I did watch it. The idea is, if you have the leftmost position where you assign a worker I successfully, and you have the rightmost position R where you can assign worker I successfully, workers I plus 2, I plus 3, etc. can be assigned if you assign worker I plus 1 to the rightmost position R. Then you can have a gap between worker I and the worker I plus 1. Hey, LeetWhale, that actually clears up a lot in my head. I think you explain it right here. It proves to me that it will work when you say that. I think my part that maybe I struggle with is like, how do we know that you can put all those workers successfully after that gap between L and R? But if you're going from right to left and it's like the rightmost position, you can put that worker in. I see, and it makes sense now that you explain it that way. But man, it is really hard to see that and make that observation without somebody like you or Greed FPS just handing it to me on a silver plate, you know. But thank you very much, LeetWhale and Greed. I definitely see it, but I still don't want to implement because I feel like it's just it doesn't feel right to do it immediately after being explained to. All right, elevator request part 3. I had the same doubt while solving this. Hey, I have this doubt so many times for greedy problems, man. And I think that's why I struggle with greedy the most, because I like to try to like know why my solution is correct. And if I can't know it, or if I can't prove it to myself, it's difficult to like submit that solution, you know. If there are 5 D stations and 4 D skills, how do you know to use the larger gap or later? Hey, Orion's bet, let's do that example right now, me and you. So I'm gonna clear this out, and you say we got 5 D stations and we got 4 D skills. So what we're doing is, for all these skills, we're going to place them in the leftmost position and in the rightmost position. So in the leftmost position, it's just 0, 1, 2, 3 at the stations, right? That's the leftmost position that you can put that index of that skill worker. And in the rightmost position, it's going to be 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you wanted, I'll just put L's here and R's here. So if you wanted the difference, wait, did I do that right? Yeah, if you wanted the difference, you're taking the difference of left and R plus 1. So left would be this L right here at index 0, and you're not comparing it to this R right here. We're comparing it to this R at index 2, because if we place this R, then the leftmost one, if we place this one at the leftmost position, it would be that. So it's like, and it would be that much. I don't know if that visualization helps you or anything. Obviously, there are other skill stations intertwined, making it non-obvious how far apart the stations actually are. Yes, but if you read what LeetWhale says, I don't know if I can explain it better than LeetWhale did right here. But basically, at every index in left and right, these are the furthest left and furthest right indices that you could possibly place that particular character at that index, even with taking into account all of the duplicate skill workers before and after it, you know. So if you look at the leftmost position of a certain index, you want to look at the rightmost position of the next index, and then you take that diff, and that's the biggest gap. It's a little trippy, man, for sure. I don't think I'd have gotten it without, definitely would have gotten it without any help. I have the knowledge of astrology I will use in future. By the way, when I will expert in trading, I will give you stock signals free of cost. Hey, you're a kind person, man. All right, let's look at the elevators. You guys ready for elevators? You're given an integer n, denoting the number of floors in a building, where the floors are numbered from 0 to n-1. You are also given an integer starts and a 2D integer array requests, where request I equal arrival floor indicates that a request for floor is made at time arrival. At time 0, the elevator is at floor starts. At each second, the elevator may move up 1 floor, move down by 1 floor, or remain on its current floor. A request can be fulfilled only at or after its arrival time. It is fulfilled instantly when the elevator is on its requested floor at any time from its arrival time onward. Return the minimum time needed to fulfill all requests. Cage and Doc, thank you very much for the follow. How are we gonna do this? So we got 9 floors. We start at 0. And at time 0, we need to go to the 8th floor. And this one, at time 6, we need to hit the 5th floor. So this is saying that we go to the 6th floor first, and then we go up to the 8th floor, and the time is 9. So there's up to 1 billion floors, and there's only 16 requests. Interesting. Now I'm thinking 16 requests. Does that mean it is bitmask DP, take it or leave it, man? It's because the 16 requests can all fit in an integer, 32-bit integer, each bit being a boolean on or off, or seen or not seen, and then we just like pick one and go to it. That's what I'm thinking immediately, but I'm not too sure. Because it's only 16 floors, man. We just tried in the bitmask DP order, yeah? Which is whatevs. Alright, I think we could do that. I mean, it must be that with only 16 things. And it should return a long. Alright, let me try and remember how this dang mask works. I guess this should be long. Alright, so we're going to try and select every floor. And every time we select a floor, we need to XOR that bit or whatever. Set that bit to on. Alright. How do you do bitmask again, man? All right, so we have this many requests. For every request, we should try and go into each of them. So how do I check if that mask is set? So if the mask, and hey, how do you do this, man? Is it like this? This is shifting the 1-bit J times to the left. Yes. And if you AND it, that will tell us if that bit is set in the mask. So if it's set, we've already visited this floor, and we can just continue. Wait, and oh, hey, LeetWhale, thank you for saving me so much trouble debugging that, man. Cause that would have been crazy to debug for me. It's been a long time since I did a bitwise and yeah. Why sane? What's happened? Welcome. All right, so if we made it this far, that means we can make a new mask. And then in that new mask, I need to set that bit. And then, I forgot what they're asking me, but I go DP into that thing. Or actually, I don't need I here, right? Oh, yeah. I is like kind of like my count. So if we get to the end, that means we've processed everything. Maybe. It's been a while, man. So do I do I+1 like that? Or maybe I don't even need this if I have the mask. Because I can just check that the mask is all selected, you know, like all the bits are set. How would I do that? Shift it by 1 to n+1 minus 1, or some maybe I don't need that. But I tell you one thing I gotta do, man. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Man, it's cold. are we trying to do? Hey, Weiss Sane. Thank you very much for that hydrates. Cheers. Yeah, thanks for the refill. All right. We're trying to wonder if we even need this dang I thing, man. I don't think we do. All right, so we have 2 requests here. So we need all ones would be 3. So that's 2 to the 2, 4 minus 1, right? For these requests, we need 2 bit positions. So I could just say can I use POW? Is it frowned upon to use POW when we can shift left? Or what? I'm gonna just use it. Alright, so if our mask is all set, that means we've selected we've visited every single floor. Ah, you know what I do need? I need which floor we're on, man. That's what we need here. So, and that determines how many points we're gonna add. So how do we get the points, man? Requests, J. So the requests are arrival and the floor. So arrival time. All right, this is the time to travel to the floor. It's going to be the floor minus our current floor. Let me think a little bit more, because we also have this arrival time. Do we have to wait for that? So wait, do we need floor and time as well? Need floor and time, maybe. But perhaps the only thing that needs to be in the cache is the mask. I'm actually a little bit confused, but I'm just gonna keep on keeping on because I think, yeah, I think we need these things to calculate some stuff, but everything is in the mask to let us know when the time is right, you know? All right, so in DP, our floor is going to be request J1, that's the floor, and the time all right, so this is how much time we have to wait for the arrival, and this is how much time we have to travel to that floor. So how much time gets added? I guess if the time to arrival Is it just the max? I think it's just the max. The time. And then the mask is the new mask. And then we just need to the minimum. Alright, so we start at time 0, floor 0, and mask 0. And then we need to provide a cache somewhere. Alright, let's see, man. Double defined. So that's how many requests. Oh, we don't even need that anymore, do we? It is a bit sussy for some of the arguments to not be considered a part of the DP state. Your code may store some answer for a particular mask, but later you may want to try some new floor time with the same mask. I think I know what you're talking about, man. Elite Whale. Let's see. So my mask is... Wait, what's 2 to the 16, man? Is that like a really small number, huh? It's like 16,000. 65,000. 65,000. Okay. And then 16 and 16. Wait, what's my error here, man? Requests J 1. Oh, it's right here. This should be a M. So Elite Whale says we gotta modify this, man. And I don't even add anything here. This is wrong. This is supposed to be... That's how much added time. This would be time plus added time. Wait, do we need all that? All right, now we gotta take into consideration what Elite Whale is saying, that we need more things in our state, more than just the one number here. Hey, I thought he said C++ is safe from stray pointers nowadays. I think that would have errored out in any language though. All right. So, all right, we need the floor and the time as well. I guess, right? And the mask. It feels like with all three of these, it feels like we can reduce the dimensions, but I don't know. Maybe not. All right, let me make the dang vector, vector, vector. Long, long. Which ones do we want on the outsides again? The smaller ones. Vector, vector. Hey, we can't cache time, man, because it's so large. And we can't just add that in there, man. So maybe it's just the floor. Nah, but then the floor and the cache. Is that enough? Maybe we don't need the time. What do you think, Leet Whale? I mean, I know you know, man, but is that a good we can't have the time, man. So what are we gonna do? We just gotta try without the time and see if it works, you know? Oh, this is cache. Bit mask. Time's up, it says. 11 requests. Floor and time. Arrival and floor. All right. Oh, I see. The start isn't always 0, man. The start is there. And our floor, we always start at floor 0. Let's see how that changes now. All right. Our example 3 is 8, but I'm saying it's 5. Why could it be wrong? 7, start at 3. I'm saying it's 5. How are we even gonna get 5, man? Oh. I think maybe my time added here. Say we go to floor 5 first. Then we go to floor 1. And then we go to 3. With your current code, time should still be a part of your state, but there's a way to remove time completely from the DP arguments. I see. There is a way to remove it. time. So you're saying there's a way to not even include time right here and just do something like you add the start time, and then maybe instead of using time here, I actually don't know how to modify this to remove the time. Raxo Sabe, what's happened? So if we have the bit mask, we can tell what floors we've already been to. Maybe like the way I'm caching it is not good, because like what does it mean, man? I'm caching at the floor and the mask. What does that mean? I don't know about this problem. I think it's bitmask something, man. What if you approach the problem in a different direction? Do you mean like instead of trying to visit everything from time, starting at time, you mean that, oh wait, hold up. This starts. What is this start, man? This is the floor start. I don't even have anything there for the floor start. And then, do I? Let me think a little bit. Krushik, what's happening? Hey sir, I want to become an AI engineer. So DSA important or not? I'm not sure. I'm not an AI engineer. I don't know what AI engineers get asked in an interview, but I would assume it's not very LeetCode heavy, and it's more AI heavy, or like transformer implementation, or like whatever math, AI math and stuff. I don't know how LLMs are made, so I can't tell you that. Start plus, yeah. This was when I was trying to think about like taking out the time, but I thought that was start time, you know, but it's not the start time. Our start time is 0. AI math, how many R's are in strawberry? Yeah, maybe like what math is useful for AI? Discrete math? Linear algebra? Who knows? I don't know what to do, man. Should I put my time back in? And just get a correct answer if I can. And then I submit, and maybe it's wrong because in my cache. Yes, I only have these two things, but you're saying there is a way. Hmm. $800 out of $999 is not bad. Good enough to ship. Good enough to ship, and then work on the bugs while nobody notices in production. How can we get rid of this time thing? I suppose I don't know, man. I'm all out of ideas on this problem, Leet Whale. This one is tough for me. Oh, yeah, sorry. I remember you already gave me that hint. What if we work backwards? Yes, let me think about that. I didn't even think about that. So what does working backwards mean? It means working from the end and trying to get to start. It means trying to start from every floor and we work our way down. But how is that gonna work? Let's look at example 1. Let me try and think about it. What time is it? Almost 11. Dang. So these are the requests. And you're saying, so the requests go like time and floor, I think. So I guess we'll start at each random one. All right, we'll pretend like we're starting at. But how do you know, man? What is? Oh. All right, our time is still 0. How do you deal with this arrival thing, man? Like, we need to leave before some time. So if it starts on the 8th floor, and we went down to the 6th floor, the 5th floor, then we know that when we arrived at the 5th floor, to be at the perfect time, we should really arrive there with time equals 6. I see. So then we know that this floor would have been the difference in the floors plus the 6. So we start here, then we go here, then we go 0. Like once we go here, the next floor is 0. All right, let me try to build a DP that's gonna do that or something, man. So we don't care what floor we're on, do we? I'm not sure. Wait, LeetCode is trippy, man. It's real trippy. Like if we start on this floor first, our time is 6. And then we have to visit this floor and we add 3. No, 5. No, 6 plus 3. And then we gotta go back down to 0 floor. Or 8 plus 3 seconds to floor 5. Floor and mask are both important. So you're saying if we just had the floor that we started on and the mask, and we just iterated through every request, and then we just like the start would be requests I floor. I can't visualize it, LeetWhale, but I hear what you're saying, man. It just, maybe my brain juice is running out for the day. So my mask would just be that. So in here, we're at that floor. That's the floor we start at. So in here, when we're iterating over these things, I'm lost in my head, man. It's like if it's set, continue, and then if we haven't seen that floor, then the floor that we were on before, I don't know how to deal with the time, LeetWhale. I think I'm gonna give up, man. This problem's too hard. It's getting late. My brain ain't braining right now. I would have bombed this contest for sure, man. Take my night badge away. I've lost my night badge like years ago, it feels like. I'll just go to discuss on that contest. Bitmask DP. Easier side. I don't know about that, man. Q3, pretty straightforward. Anyways. Let me check out the Q4. LeetWhale. Thank you. This is LeetCoach's solution. Hey, where's LeetCode at these days, man? Back to basics. Yeah, I guess I can't solve bitmask dp q4. I must go back to the basics. He's active on his Discord server. I see. Yeah, I haven't seen him stream or anything in a long time. All right, let's look at this Python stuff. Let's see what is going on here. Oh, so this M is the mask. So he's starting with what does this say, man? I guess this is the mask. Okay, and that's each floor in the requests. So what do we do? All right, when we hit all the floors, we just return the difference between the floor and going to the start. I see. And then now we're iterating through all the requests, and if the request, if we haven't been to the floor, then actual arrival time. What is this, man? Oh, that's just setting that bit, turning off that bit. I don't know why it took so long for it to read that. Wait, what the hell is it? Why is it the max of this and the arrival time? But this arrival time, where's this? Oh, there's more. I was like, what? Death switch, what's happening? I'm in a text-based game. It's crude, but meh. It's mine. Very nice. What is it, like muddin or something? Yeah, elite whale. I should have known easily what that means. My brain is just ain't braining. All right, so this is the part that I was wondering about. Like, how does this even work? But you take, you do the DP, where you take the mask and you set the current thing that we're at. You turn off the floor to set it as scene, and then he goes to our new floor, and then he add the difference in between those floors. But this max of arrival, or this, I don't know how that works, man. That's the part where I was like trying to figure it out in my head, what that means for the arrival times or the times. I think if I think about this long enough, it will make a little bit of sense. But thank you, Elite Whale, for sharing that. Anyways, 11:11. What should we do now? That contest was too hard for me, unfortunately. Should we do a couple AlgoBlazers? Oh, AlgoBlazer daily. But we have a lot of time to do it, man. Dang, I lost my streak on AlgoBlazer. It's all good. All right, we're gonna do easy problems for the rest of the stream. Let's just do binary search. Given an, I'm just gonna go through these and see how they are, the lessons for binary search. Given an array of integers nums, which is sorted in ascending order and an integer target, write a function to search target in nums. If target exists, then return its index, otherwise return -1. Everybody, do I even need to do these, man? These are just like, I guess I should do them. Let's see, can I one-shot everything? Wait, what are we looking for? How do you do this again? Left pointer, right pointer, midpoint, if that midpoint is the target, we should return it. If that midpoint is less than the target, we should bring our search range up. If that midpoint is greater than our target, we should bring it down. Otherwise, turn -1. Right? No. Wait. Oh, I put less than when it should be less than equal to, because of the way I write my binary search. It's crazy talk. Binary search can be slow in the worst case. Basically, it depends. Hey, Q, what's happening? Easy work. All right, you're given first and last occurrence. You're given an integer array num sorted in non-decreasing order and an integer target. Because the array is sorted, every copy of target occupies one contiguous block of indices. Implement occurrence range nums target that returns the first and last index of that block as 2 elements array first last. If target does not appear in nums at all, return -1, -1. All right, how are we gonna do this, Q? You must write a log n algorithm. So should I do one for the first index and then the last index? Or Alright, how would we find the first index where it appears at? I guess I take the midpoint, L minus R minus L over 2. So if nums m is greater than or equal to our target. No. If nums m is equal to our target, let's go smaller. So we bring our right point down. And we'll also remember the best. We'll say left point is equal to m. And it's like the best left point. Regan Suman, what's happening? Hey, should be lower bound and upper bound. Yeah, but I'm just implementing the binary search without using binary search built-ins. Because the previous question, I could just do a lower bound or whatever too. But I'm just trying to implement without using those built-in functions right now. I like this problem because it shows the difference between lower and upper bounds. Yeah. It does. Alright, so to find the leftmost points, I think we can do this. Alright, so if it's there, if it's greater than the target, then I guess we could just bring it down. And then if it's smaller than the target, then we need to bring left up. And then let's find the rightmost point now. I should probably make functions and stuff, but we don't got time for all that, man. So this is our rightmost points. If nums m is equal to the target, then we'll remember this as a good point, and then we'll bring the left points up. So if it's greater than the target, bring right point down. And if it's less than the target, left points. Alright, double binary search. Is it gonna work? It ain't working, man. How am I get left? Oh, shit. Wait, what? How am I get -1 and 0? Oh, I forgot to set that to -1. Does AlgoBlazer penalize you for inconsistent white space? Where? Where is it inconsistent, man? Like right here? All over? What are you talking about? Oh, right here again. What's happening, Icy Black Deep? That's the only stuff I see. Everything else looks pretty good to me. It looks like real good white spacing. Hey, I forgot to hydrate. Somebody hydrated a while ago. Bruno Jen, if you're still around, cheers. Alright, should we do this problem again with just lower and upper bound? Here we go. Just upper bound, lower bound. And I guess how do we make sure, man? If this iterator is found, that means we can just return iterator. And how do you do this part, man? Like that, just decrement it once. Let's see. Hey, Bruno Jen, what's happened? Sorry, I missed your hydrate earlier. Hey, is my lower upper bound whack, man? How the hell? 8 and 8. What are they talking about, man? Oh, they want the indices. Come on. Come on. Hey, how do you do this? Oh, come on, man. I was doing some nonsense. All right. 1-0. Oh, I forgot to check. All right, there we go. Lower bound, upper bound. Right? Yeah. Bound? Oh, upper bound. Yeah. Can we talk about poor white space usage? Eating healthy is so hard. It is, Steven Sagaball. Every day I just want to eat fried chicken or something deep fried, man. But I gotta try and eat like grilled chicken, baked fish, you know, stuff like that. All right, farthest reach within budget. By the way, if you guys want to do these problems alongside me, it is like a multiplayer room, and I can see people in the chat. Seems like you struggle more with the built-in tool than just doing it yourself. A little bit. Grilled chicken, ew. What are you talking about, ew, man? That's crazy. All right, farthest reach within budget. You're given an integer array costs, where visiting index I costs cost I, and an array queries, where queries k equals starts and budget. What? Queries k start budget. For each query, you begin at index start and move forward one index at a time, paying the cost of every index you visit, including start itself. You stop before the first index you can no longer afford. Return an array with one answer per query. The largest index j, such that the cost start to the costs whatever is less than equal to the budget. What's the query again? Start and budget. All right. I think I can do this. Should this be in the binary search section is the real question, man. I think maybe it could be, but I think it's like a prefix sums thing. Or no, maybe it's not prefix sums. Maybe I'm just tripping. So, all right, the costs are 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, and 5. And these are the queries, 1703, whatever, right? I'm gonna put these queries right here. So the answer for query 1 at index 0 is 3. This answer is 1, and this answer is, or 0 and 1. So how do we get this? This query starts at index 1 and has a budget of 7. And let's say we can get to index 3 because I don't know why we can get to 3. 1 plus 4 plus 2 is 7, and that's our full budget. I think that's why. This one says we start at index 0 and we have $3. We can only do index 3. So, all right, I think we can do this, man. This one we start at index 2. We have a budget of 3. So we can't even get index 2. I ate steak salad today and pizza rolls. That's healthy, right? If you had maybe like 2 pizza rolls and more salad and a little bit of steak. Yes, it ain't bad. I think it depends on how much you ate. If you ate 5,000 pizza rolls, I'd say that's probably not a good idea. 10 pizza rolls, I don't know, man. I'm no, I'm not a dietitian or whatever. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do a prefix sums thing. Let me look at the constraints. So the cost is 10 to the 4th only. So I'm not going to overflow. So I'm going to iterate over all the costs and add the sum, or add the cost to the sum, and then push back that sum. So now I think for each query, how are we gonna do this, man? For each query, we start somewhere and we have a budget. So we'll do a binary search on this prefix sums thing to figure out like how far we can get to. People at Google will kind of ask you that will kind of ask that a little bit if you asked the manager at least 15 years ago. I don't know now. Wait, ask what? I don't know what you're talking about. Hello Kitty boy. What are we talking about? What are we gonna ask? How healthy our diet is? if 10 pizza rolls is healthy? That's what the manager is asking you. Wait, what are we doing? The starting index and the budget. Okay, so the starting index is there, and then the budget. So I guess, how are we gonna do this, man? We're starting from that. And we have a budget of, we're looking for a target of sum so far plus that. And then I'm gonna make this target. So I guess if you found something, so if this is greater than our target, then I don't know. I'm gonna have a lot of off by ones, I think, here. I think I lost my train of thought somewhere in there, and it's a pretty whack answer, but let me see. Device config? Man, what is happening on YouTube, man? I feel everybody who, not everybody, like 50% of the time somebody on YouTube says something in the chat, I have no idea what they're talking about, man. Maybe they're like talking at a different point in the video, or what? USB port? Wait, Leetway, what? What did I do? Say USB port where? I'm trolling. Wait, what? I don't know. Firewire? Device config. Wait, alright. Anyways. Hey, why can't I solve anything today, man? Alright, so the first one we got to index 3, but then start at 0. So this sum is 0. My target is gonna be 3. Let me just see out, man. $4.11. How did I get 4, man? 0, 1. Ah. I forgot to start with 0 in my prefix sums. But it's still kind of whack. But alright, at least this part is coming up. Maybe okay. So we got the budget. I see. This sum so far should be 0, but it's 3. That's not good. Oh no, that is good because we're starting at 1 there. Yes. And the budget should be 10. So if we're looking for 10 in our prefix sums, let's see. Let me do the math here. 4, 8, 10. So we should get that index 3 when we look for it. I see. I think these are reversed. So if it's greater than, we can't make it. But if it's equal to, then we put the index there. Jesus Christ, man. All right, this last one. It should have -1, but I'm having a 1. Why is it -1? If even cost starts exceeds the budget, the answer for that query is -1. I see. So I should just put -1 here. I think I just misread that. All right. Do you prefer your prefix sum to start with 0? I think it depends on the problem. But yeah, I like to put my 0 in there or the -1 in my prefix sums. -1. Let me see why this is wrong now. Device config, huh? So costs 0, 1, 2. Start from 1. Start from 1. Budget 0. Why is it tripping? Sum so far is 1. Target is 1. I think I see. Mr. Love Pickle, what's happening? Am I winning? I am not winning right now. It was good performance, man. Hey bro, I'm learning Python. Any tips? Ninetails 6690. What's happening? Tips for Python? I don't really know Python that well. So I don't know if I can give you any tips on learning Python. Why did I return 0 here, man? It's because I do find, is this wrong? Maybe I need to do a +1 there. It's off, yeah. +1 because of the prefix sum has 1 extra element in the start. Man, this problem is hard. What the hell? Alright, 1, 2, 3. We should be able to get to the end. I gotta go ahead and skip this one. Yo. What the hell is happening, man? This problem, alright, I might have to remove this problem from the binary search list, because this problem ain't that, it's more annoying than anything right now. Alright, we got 136, and I'm saying the query start at index 1, where the sum so far should be 3. Oh, is this overflowing, man? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's just a billion. So the target, oh, I know why. The target is at the end. We can reach the furthest index, so that means cost size. Hey, Woolly Debugger, I see you're struggling, and Q, I also see you struggling too, man. All right, let's see. Maybe this time we'll get it. What are you doing here? I'm just solving some problems, data structure algorithm problems on a site that I've created called AlgoBlazer.com. I'm still working on the site. I'm trying to get some good problems in my data structures algorithms roadmap. So I'm doing all the problems here, and some of them I don't think are good problems, man. Hey Q, you got it? Very nice. I don't even know where I'm going wrong right here. All right, 0, but I'm saying -1 for some reason on this. I think it's because this, I gotta go, man. What language do I have to know to do what you're doing? You can do this in almost any language, but I'm doing this in C++. C++ is popular, Java is popular, Python is also popular. I think those are probably the top 3 most popular languages for data structures and algorithms. Wait, where's my bad test case? How's the Vim coming along? It's coming soon. I've been working on some other things, not coding things. I've been working on organizing my studio a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed. I moved the table that was like right there. I moved it over there. I don't have my plants back here yet, but I'm bringing my plants back down maybe tomorrow. And I'm doing some other things. I'm trying to like set my studio up for more YouTube videos and stuff. But we'll see how it goes. I know I gotta make dang YouTube videos, man. I just don't really want to, but I have to, you know. Alright, what the hell is going on, man? So all starts at 0. So then my target is that, yes. And do a lower bound 0 plus 1. And the target. So I do a lower bound on it, and I should get 20,000. And oh, I see. I say it's. Why did I put -1 here, man? If it's greater than the target, PS Q0. I don't know what the hell to do, man. YouTube videos, sure. I know. Bro, I'm not getting something like, you know, C++ that well. How can you not know Python? Were you joking with me that time? I'm confused. Hey, Ninetales, I'm not joking, man. Just because you know one language does not mean you know all other languages. So I did C++ professionally for a few years, but I've never worked on Python like that professionally. Maybe like one time in my 5 years or however long. So C++ is a very different language than Python. And yeah, it's just I don't know Python. It's not a joke. All right, Woolly Debugger. Very nice, kind of. You look like Jesus of C++. I'm very far from that good. Like, I don't even know half of what C++ has to offer, man. I would say I wouldn't even know like 10% of C++. Hey, I gotta go, man. This problem is too hard for me right now. I have an off by one. Wait, Elite Whale, what? NYT connections. Wait, let me see why it's wrong. Show me the hint, and I'll do NYT connections. And I'll come back to this. I think this problem has to be either removed or put later on in the lesson for binary search. Alright, so I say this part, if this is greater than target, should be Q1. Alright, this is my last attempt. Yeah, Q, you're the only one that solved it, man. What put -1? Forget this junk right now. What job do you do in real life? I don't have a job. I am a bum, but I used to work at Google last year, and I quit to be a bum. Man, this problem. NYT connections. There are a lot of pieces you can use or not. Time and exceed is always my downfall. Time and exceeds. Wrong answer is my downfall, man. Peak. Yeah, I need to add that thing where I can click on the peak, but I guess I can just look at your thing. Oh, Jesus. It's like the same thing, man. Kinda. Except you deal with their off by ones correctly, and I don't know where mines are. But it looks like prefix sums and binary search or whatever. I just gotta like think hard and make sure everything is good. But I think this problem is tough to be in the learn section so early on, man. I think I'm gonna change that part up. Are those if statements without braces? Hey, let me see that, man. Icy Black Deep coming in here. Oh yeah, they do. Hey, I used to do these. I used to do if statements and stuff like one-liners without the curly braces. But then I stopped doing it. I guess because like when I was working at Google, there's like a certain style guide you have to follow for C++. And nowhere in the style guide is it okay to leave out a curly brace or do like some inline stuff like this. Anytime, man, you always gotta put the dang curly brace in and all of that stuff. And I just try to like follow the same rules. The one on line 19 is extra bad. That's also because it's probably like a one-liner on a big screen, but it word wraps and then it goes like nuts, you know. Anyways, wait, what are your thoughts on Linux? Like recently switched to something OS. Also, can you please explain one whole code you are doing? Hey, Ninetales, thoughts on Linux? I don't know anything. I think Linux might be nice if you want to do some programming or software development and you don't want to be distracted by Steam games or something. Maybe Linux is a good choice. I personally don't use Linux at home unless I have like a very specific reason. Sometimes some software only runs on Linux and it doesn't run on Windows or Mac, and maybe I'll use Linux in that case, but usually I like to stick to either my Mac or Windows. They have Steam on Linux? Yeah, but all the games that run on Linux are junk, you know? And can I please explain the code that I'm doing? It's hard for me to explain if you're not already into data structures and algorithms, but I can explain what we're trying to do. So this site, AlgoBlazer, it has a bunch of puzzles, programming puzzles that you have to use known data structures and known algorithms to solve them. But if you don't know these data structures or algorithms, like if you're just starting to learn programming, this can seem a bit overwhelming, man. So I wouldn't worry about it too much if you're like just learning how to program. But once you get the hang of programming, the next step, like if you want to work at a big tech company, the next step is probably to like get good at data structures. And once you're good at data structures, get good at like algorithms. Data structures can be things like hash maps, hash sets, binary trees, linked lists, priority queues, heaps, things like that. Those are all data structures. And algorithms can be things like binary search. That's an algorithm. Depth first search. Some other stuff. I have a list of all the different like topics on my website here that you have to like kind of know to get a big tech job. And that's what we're doing. We're just practicing these problems. Anyways, LeetWhale wants me to do New York Times connections before I go. Alright. No spoilers, man. Let me try and figure it out. And then I gotta go. Here we go, man. Cattle. Birdie. Doggy? What? Marco or macro. Zoom. Dolly. Fisheye. Macro, zoom, fisheye lens. Dolly? No. Birdie? Huddle? These are all things that you might find in a movie set, maybe. A fisheye lens, macro lens, zoom lens. But Dolly? Potentially those things are related, but I'm not sure. Willie, birdie, doggy? I don't know. Birdie is like a golf thing, right? Formula. What's the formula? What's the function? Hey, this one is hard, man. Hey, LeetWhale, did you tell me to do this because it's hard? It's like a tricky one. Alright, meat. What the hell is Castle doing here, man? You did it? Patsy? What the heck is Patsy? Johnny? Willie? Teams? Meets? Google Meet? Microsoft Teams? Zoom? Oh. Zoom meeting? Huh. Huddle? Is Huddle a thing? Zoom a thing? Google Meets, Microsoft Teams, right? But I don't know what the hell Huddle or... Alright, I gotta guess, man. I gotta guess one of them. It's gonna be... What the hell is cattle? Shit. This one is too hard. Huddle teams. Willie. What is a Willie? Form. It's too hard, man. Icy Black Deep. All right, Q. What do you think? Wait, should I take a hint yet? Formula. Function. Google Meet, Microsoft Teams. I'm gonna just guess. Oh, look at that. I've never heard of Huddle. That's the problem, man. They tried to trick me. They tried to trick me with the zoom lens and macro lens. All right, so this macro might be a script macro or a function or a formula. All right. Johnny, Willie, Doggy, Birdie. What words are you saying? I'm saying all your favorite words, man. Willie, Doggy. What else do you like, man? Johnny, Patsy. Huh? All right. A dolly. What is a fisheye gonna do, man? Fisheye lens. Dolly. Cattle. Got this with 0 mistakes? Man, you guys are crazy at this. All right, I'm going with this. Hey, Dumpy Don, what's happening? I'm going with Johnny somebody, Patsy somebody, Willie somebody, Dolly somebody. It's too easy. Yeah, I know Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson. But what the hell is this? Bird, cattle, fish. Oh, starting with pets. So easy, man. How do I go back to see? All right, that was tough. I think I got lucky more than anything. Sinatra? Nah, that's not a country music legend, is it? All right, that's it, man. Who's doing LeetCode? Anybody doing LeetCode, man? She's doing LeetCode. Janice. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm not sure if I'll stream tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. Don't count on it, though. I got a bunch of other stuff to do. I gotta prepare my studio for YouTube videos, man. Willie Debugger. Hey, thank you very much for tuning in and doing those problems. Icy Black Deep. Dumpy Dawn. Leet Whale. Q Ultimus. I the Champion. Have a good night. Ninetail6690 from YouTube. Hello Kitty Boy from YouTube. Blue Cactus AI. Adios amigos. Thank you very much for tuning in. Steven Saggyball. Clistar. Adios. See you next time, man. And everybody else. Orion's Belts. Mr. Love Pickle. Have a good night. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bruno Jen, see you later. Everybody who's lurking, See you next time, man. We're about to go raid somebody doing a bunch of LeetCodes. And yeah, I guess maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. You never know. Probably Wednesday. Alright, I'm just gonna hit raid now. Adios, amigos.